Well, good morning, fellers. It is October 29th, and it's 7:12 in the morning. I'm on a small piece of private property in Pennsylvania. This is actually the property that I shot my first doe out of. I'm on my right shoulder. I'm smacked against the bedding area. And directly behind me, they also bed. There's a walking trail that kind of cuts through the edge of it. And there's a big ravine that goes down over. In the mornings, there's usually a number of buck that cross or come through here and scent check before they go and do their thing. I have a couple shooter buck that are in this area. They come for a day or two and then they're gone for like 4 or 5 days and then they come back. It being pre-rut right now, I'm hoping I get one cruising this morning. Alright, with sit tight, it is dead still. Well, that happened fast. It's 8:52. I'd know better than to shoot a doe during pre-rut, especially at the spot where I'm at. because normally there's a buck following. Well, when you have a big doe and she's well within bow range, like 15 yards, an easy shot, a give me shot, that's meat in my freezer. Cowboy will not pass that up. Anyway, we just shot this doe, and my target buck is following her. He came in. He had zero idea I shot her. I think she's laying here in the bedding area, and he just slowly walked in there. I think he's still in there. Fingers crossed, we're gonna let her go for probably a good 2 hours, because I think he'll come back out here. Alright, fellas, I just climbed out of that tree. I turned this camera on before I hit record. I noticed my ISO is set at 12,800, and that is not good for video. Well, somehow that got changed, so I apologize now. Normally I leave that on auto, so if this footage here is a little grainy, that's why. Cowboy made a mistake, but the rest of the camera should have compensated for it. Looked decent for what I just looked at. So right up there is my tree. That's where I was. I gotta put the bow down here. I'm gonna turn around here. So right here's the walking trail. Right here's where the doe was. Now there's the arrow. Let's put the bow down here for a second. Unfortunately, that does not look good. She turned into the shot. That is super dark red blood. I'm positive I caught maybe a lung and then the liver. That is not cool. So I shot her 2 hours ago. And there's a lot of blood here at impact. I'll show you guys a little bit better. That camera will focus. That is super dark red blood. I have white fletchings. That looks like a little bit of stomach matter on there. There's a bunch of blood right here where she spun. Alright, well, I'm gonna put the pack down and look at this blood trail a little bit and see what happens. I'll bring you back once I figure out, you know, if it seems like a lethal hit and I can get her now, or what I'm gonna do. But either way, I'll bring you guys back. Alright, we just came up on a bunch of blood. If you guys can see that. That is really dark red blood. Or I shouldn't say dark red. It's like if you cut your finger blood. But she just opened up like crazy. Going down through. She just opened up like she just opened up like crazy. I'm going to proceed just a little bit. I'm only 20 yards from impact, but I'm dead nuts of the bedding area, and I don't want to be standing in here. And it's going to get warm. I'm just going to go a little piece here. I don't have my bow. I don't have nothing with me. It's all back there because it is so freaking thick. Alright, I just came back to my backpack. Believe it or not, were you ever, and I'm being 100% honest and real about this because it's on video, have you ever been at your target buck within 17 yards, walked to him about 5 yards, and the son of a gun never moves or never runs? When I walked to him about 5 yards, there was a bed there, and that's where that doe was laying, and she was starting to clot up. So I literally just backed straight back through the bedding area. They're down on the bottom section, so when I walk out here, they won't see me. It is currently 1:06 p.m. I'm gonna let it go until about 3:30, and then I'm gonna go home and come back about 3:30, and yeah, we're gonna pick up the blood sugar. I'm positive she's dead there, but same hand, I don't want to spook them, and I think she'll be okay yet because it's kind of cool here in the woods. But yeah, wow. Alright, fellas. It is currently 20 of 3, I just came back onto my hunting property here. This is the bedding area where I think my doe is dead, and that's where that buck was. Now to refresh real quick, I'll go over it later, real quick. When I went to go retrieve that doe, all I had was this camera. I didn't have my bow, I didn't have my backpack. Anything I had on me is my hunting license and this camera. So I refuse to shoot deer off camera. He is my target buck. I want to kill him, but I won't do it off camera. So I can't do both on the ground. So right now, my mission right now is go retrieve this doe. Right there he is. He's 20 yards looking at me. Could I shoot him? Yes, I could. I will not do it because I can't film and shoot the bow at the same time. He's about 17 yards and closing. I could shoot him right there. I'm a very dedicated hunter. When I have my mindset on what I'm going to do, I will do it. Right there's my bow. Right there is a 2.5-year-old 6-point. Completely broadside. Alright, let's get this doe. She's in here dead. Alright, fellers, it is November 1st now. So, I was debating on even editing and posting this video because I'm such heartbroken from how this turned out. So, right after you see the buck go down through the woods again, I took about 2 steps, literally. There was a dead tree about 15 yards away, slightly to my right, as the deer was kind of heading to it. And he was actually kind of behind it, but he was heading to that again. Anyway, I took those couple steps, and all of a sudden a doe just bolts, tail up, and just a couple leaps, and she's out of there. So I'm thinking, son of a gun, that was her. How is she still alive 6 hours later? I have no freaking idea. But anyway, I walked up to the 15 yards there where she was bedded, and sure enough, it was her. There was about 3-4 beds right there, all had a ton of blood in. and that buck was literally guarding her, and yeah, he wouldn't leave. Like I said, I can't film on the ground and shoot a bow and arrow and actually have good footage. I could do it with a GoPro, yes, but I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it. So that was about 3 o'clock Saturday afternoon, and then when I went to that bed where she was laying, I backed out. I'm like, all right, I'll let her go until Sunday morning. Sunday morning, I went in there and I didn't take no video cameras or anything. I had was my hunting license, a pen, and my gunning knife in case, or you know, if I would have found her, and then I'd come back in and then do an interview with the deer. Well, anyway, when she took off, she kind of went the same direction that I was coming originally, following her. And it looked like to be fresher blood. There was so much blood, it was unreal. But I lost it. I don't know. I think she backtracked a little bit on that same trail that she, you know, originally took. But there were so many deer tracks from that buck in and out of there, moving around, that I honestly have no idea where she went. I couldn't pick up blood again. I did a full grid search of where I know the deer go. I flat out just, I know, I've been hunting this property ever since I was 12 years old. I know where the deer go. I grid searched every little, there's a couple little nook and cranny bedding areas. I did not come across any more beds with blood. Well, I didn't come across blood, period. And I didn't come across her. I'm such heartbroken that I don't know what to say. I was testing new broadheads this year. The first deer that I shot with the broadheads was fantastic. The second one, you guys watched the video already. If you haven't, please watch it. I mean, just horrendous blood trail. After the deer bedded down, there was no blood leaving the beds. There was, well, she bedded 3 times and there was no bloods leaving the bed. So I have no idea. Happened the exact same thing. It looked like, well, you see, she spun into the shot. I believe I caught the liver and just a little bit of the guts. But that's a fatal shot. Plain and simple, it's a fatal shot. And I don't have anything to show for it other than an extremely bloody arrow and yeah, this footage here. So anyway, I hope you guys liked this video. I hope I get some credit from you guys that I was that freaking close to my target buck and I refused to shoot him off video. I need a cameraman, but I love myself filming. He's still out there. Where? I don't know. I haven't hunted since, I haven't been in the woods since Sunday, and today's Tuesday. So anyway, yeah, I'm gonna try a new broadhead and we're gonna go from there. Alright fellas, if you like this content, please hit the like button, subscribe if you're not a fellow subscriber, and until next time, yee yee.